Dear students, my name is Jari Sinkari. I'm the ambassador of Finland to Indonesia. It gives me a great pleasure to address you today. I'm grateful for this opportunity to the wonderful staff of University Indonesia. Some 35 years ago, I sat at the lecture rooms of the University of Helsinki, the biggest university of my own country, Finland. I still remember how excited I was. When I was preparing for my contribution to you, I began thinking back who I was during those days. What would I have liked to hear from someone who had already found his or her professional calling? Before answering, I want to contextualize myself. You might be questioning the resonance of words coming to you from a person thousands of miles away from a different continent, culture and climate. A standard answer would be to list one's curriculum vitae and highlight its relevant points. I want to do it a little bit differently. I want to address the CV of my country, Finland. It got independent 1917. The beginning was not brilliant. It was a poor, agrarian and divided society. A bitter and bloody civil war broke out the following year in 1918. If it had been a company, not many people would have invested its shares. Fast forward 100 years, and what do you have? The happiest country in the world, glowing in the top echelon of most relevant rankings. Finland is stable, equal, democratic, not corrupted, and has the cleanest air also. So, what happened in 100 years? If you really boil it down and simplify, the answer is clear. Education happened. Finland is famous for her quality of education and for a good reason. You see, education not only gives value to the individual, to the one who studies or to his or her family, it benefits communities, the whole society and the whole country. We in Finland believe that one of the most cherished values of the society would be to give equal opportunities to study. You are among the best and brightest of Indonesia for having the possibility to study at the prestigious University Indonesia. Your government has put the boost of know-how near to the top of its agenda. There is no doubt that you are the very elements of the future success story of Indonesia. And now, back to my messaging. For the sake of clarity, I defined my message in 6 points. And I sincerely hope that my advice today will help you to maximize your university experience. Number 1, openness for possibilities. Keep your eyes and ears open and contemplate possibilities. In my own study path, I changed from one faculty to another one. I started to study physical sciences and later on I changed that to political sciences. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to argue that every one of you would have to start changing faculties when you encounter challenges. The idea is that you remember that your home base is your own university. Remember the vast possibilities it gives. Number 2, network. It's a fancy word for sharing your experiences with fellow students. It is much more fun and rewarding to discuss the lectures with others, sometimes share notes. Your faculty or subjects may have associations. Consider joining. You probably make friends, some of them for your whole life. It is the best practice for interaction that is more and more important in modern working life. Time of the lone wolf and genius is over. Nowadays you get things done through cooperation. Number 3, be critical in a constructive way. While you make friends, it is quite typical to find people who think the same as you, probably dress like you, and have the same background. That pattern has a tendency to continue when forming attitudes towards lecturers, teachers and professors. Who do you find interesting? Who are good? Who are your favorites? And vice versa. Who are the boring ones? Who don't seem to have relevant points? Whose classes you would like to skip if given a chance? This black and white categorization does not help learning. It is time to be critical, but if you find someone irritating, ask yourself, what brought up that strong feeling? Can I learn something from that? One thing that I can honestly guarantee is that you will encounter controversial personalities later in life, especially in professional life. I have found out that they often make me learn something about myself, and sometimes they help avoiding mistakes. In life, you need models. Models can be followed, but other kinds of models can be useful as well. Those whose actions and behaviors are worth avoiding. Number 4, be tolerant. There is not one way to do things and not one way to learn. Choices by other people can be hard to understand, but people have their reasons. Don't be too quick to judge others. In Indonesia, I have learned to respect the principle of Pancasila. I think it's a great concept on national level to avoid unnecessary conflicts and respect others. Number 5 is to learn from failures. You probably were very good at school, otherwise you would not qualify for the university. The good school achievements can create a trap. At least I noticed that risk myself. The ones who have been good at school can find it hard to weather shortcomings, mistakes and failures. They can feel overwhelming. Please remember, you play in a different league now. It is not a local or regional anymore. It is a national and much larger. Show yourself understanding. Then get up, learn from your mistakes and carry on. I learned during my first study year that my skin was not thick enough for difficulties. Somehow I expected that there would be a structure automatically supporting me personally. An understanding teacher taking my hand without asking, or some kind of a supernatural assistant emerging out of thin air, guiding me further. Remember that you are basically accountable for yourself. At university, you truly have to work. And if you really need help or counseling, please seek for it actively. We have also a tendency to remember our failures more clearly than our achievements. Make this mechanism your powerful sidekick. Learn and improve. Number 6 may sound controversial at the university context. It is about success. I argue that at the end of the day, it is yourself who defines what success is for you. You know yourself the best. You know the challenges to which your set of skills can offer a fix. You know your values and what kind of life would correspond with them the best. Do not measure your own success through comparing yourself to others. When you collectively find the best success for yourself and yourselves, the nation benefits as well. The modern working life is developing fast and is more and more difficult to predict. We need continuous education to find opportunities in the future. It is good to be prepared for this and think that maybe the profession that will give you the best reward and the best satisfaction might not even exist yet. This is an uncertainty, but also an excitement that is shared by students everywhere in the world, in Finland, in the United States, in Brazil, in South Africa. In Finland, we believe that it is more and more important to study how to learn than to stress what to learn. In your case, however, I strongly believe that history is on your side. The importance of Asia is growing, and if we exclude the COVID-19 effect and look at the longer trend, Southeast Asia is proportionately developing the fastest. As Indonesia is its biggest economy, your country is bound to give opportunities for talented and hard-working students as yourselves. Dear students, thank you for your time. I sincerely wish the best of luck for the success of your life, success for University Indonesia, as well the whole Indonesia. Let's make Indonesia maju through fruitful international cooperation. Kiitos paljon. Thank you very much. Terima kasih banyak.